Hello there my fellow AUTOPLAY heroes and welcome to another Galactic challenge video. Hope you had a relaxing weekend behind you and that you're looking forward to get your week started. But first we have a brand new challenge to take care of. This time we are taken to the planet of Kashyyyk, where we have to take down a squad of clones. Well, it should really be the Bad Batch challenge, not the Clone Trooper one, because we have a full Bad Batch squad and they are a handful. More about it later, obviously. As always, I'll cover the modifiers and defeats and then show you the battles. So there'll be YouTube chapters below if you want to skip through. I've got 4 battles in total for you today, so 2 different Mandalorian squads. The first one without using Maul, and then the second one, obviously, if you do have Maul, this will be a lot easier and more straightforward. And then also 2 different teams there to get the stun and undersize feat. So hopefully it'll help you out to get max rewards today. Otherwise, let's have a look at the global modifier, the righteous retribution. I have a feeling it's one of those that kind of works against us again. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit nice extra stacking critical damage. But most annoyingly, whenever a unit is debuffed, they will recover 10% protection. And Kendros on his basic, applying all those damage over and over again, will be constantly healing the enemy as you are hitting them. So definitely landing healing immunity on those guys will help you out to take them down much faster. And on top of it all, to add a little bit of an element of RNG in here, whenever a unit is defeated, a random ally takes a bonus turn. So sometimes you defeat, Echo, you go first for Echo or for Tech, and then some random ally takes a turn at the wrong time. It could kind of ruin your run, but hopefully I didn't run into too many complications with this random bonus turn. I just wanted to point out in case you're like, wait, why did that guy just take a turn and wreck my team? That's why. And then we've got the modifier for our Mandalorians. So whenever we get damage, we gain a stack of clan loyalty. And what we do get with this clan loyalty, we get extra counter chance and as well max protection. So as the battle goes on, obviously you'll start counter attacking more reliably and as well get more and more protection out as well. So just surviving that initial couple of waves is a bit of a challenge. After you do that, hopefully you can hang in there and defeat those clones without much problem. Speaking of clones, their modifier, Dauntless Courage, not really making a whole lot of difference in this one, I think, so nothing to say here. Let's just have a look at the modifiers. Obviously we have to win a full team of Mandalorian units, so it's going to be a full team. Like sometimes, I think the previous Mandalorian ones, we only had to use 4 Mandalorians to win, but the one before was full Mandalorian, so it seems like CG is kind of hopping between these two. Sometimes we can get away with using 4 Mandalorians. Unfortunately today we need all 5, which makes this a little bit less accessible for many players out there. And then we have to attempt to inflict 30 stuns and win with an undersized squad. These 2 last 2 feats are very flexible, many ways to achieve them. So the real challenge will be getting here the full Mandalorian squad feat, especially if you don't have Maul. So I had to play around, and this is the team that I was able to get to work, but it needs a specific turn order. And as you can see, my guys also quite high relics there, except Sabine. So I'm not sure, obviously, if Gear 12 units will have enough damage to burn through this one. Anyway, let me know, guys, how you guys are getting on. I'm going with Bow Lead because really her leadership comes in handy here. Because whenever we use a basic, we call a random ally to assist. But her leadership is not just about assists. We also get Ancestral Armor ability, which is a very nice one. You dispel debuffs and gain tenacity up. Well, you do gain taunt, but at least we have a way of cleansing debuffs if we get like daze or something, and then as well gaining tenacity up so we don't get stunned, so we don't get some debuffs on us. So definitely I think like from what I was testing, if you don't have Maul, I think Bow's Lead is the way to go. Now it plays nicely with her unique, because whenever we attack out of turn, we will be recovering health and protection. If you do have Zeta on her unique, that will help you survive those initial few rounds. In terms of speed, I had to remod here Bow. I just pushed really fast mods on her. She needs to go first because her AoE dispels buffs, so that's how you can then remove the pre-taunt on Wrecker and then get to work. Then Django, I modded him for speed and as well potency, because it's important with his special shrapnel blast that we land healing immunity as well. Stagger is nice also, so modded him for speed to go second. Okay, and there we go, we got armor. I actually had to remove some mods of her. I need her to be the slowest in the team, so after I have everything set up, she can do her mass assist and hopefully we take somebody out. So just removed a couple of mods of her to make her slower. We'll be obviously utilizing her mass assist to begin with. And then we got Candace here. I modded him for offense. Hopefully we can do some damage. What's nice about his basic here, it lands tenacity down, which will come in handy because it looks like both Echo and Tech, they've got quite high tenacity. So this will a little bit help us out, land those healing immunity more reliably. Then we've got Sabine. Now at gear 12 I was able to make her fairly quick because she's a fast character. I also modded her for potency because she's got an AoE stagger. So if you can stagger the entire team, you are good to go. Okay, let's hop in the battle and let me show you the successful run. I need about 10 attempts for RNG to align in this one, so you may need to do a few attempts as well. We dispel the pre-taunt with bow. Candace goes next. He lands tenacity down. Now we can land healing immunity on Tech. I'm gonna go on AoE. Nice, got stagger on everybody. Do mass assist on Tech. Candace gets another turn. He does his AoE now, proccing that stagger, pushing back turn meter, and here we go. We took down Tech. Obviously here comes this random who got a turn. Luckily this time Omega got turn, so it's not a problem. But otherwise we'll just go after Echo next. Let's go ahead, try to get him down as fast as we can. So in terms of who gets the first best card, should be Bow, because if you lose her, you lose your healing. Now speaking of healing, they put healing immunity on, and now what I'll do, everybody just use ancestral armor, so we cleanse off that healing immunity. We lost Sabine, that's okay, she did her job, she was there just for the opening stagger AoE. And let's go ahead, cleanse everybody, and now we've got tenacity up, so we won't be able to get debuffs. They don't have tech in there as well, so they can't, you know, gain translation and reduce their cooldown. So hopefully we can take care of Echo before he does another dispel. Let's do another dispel of our own with Bow, and we just now go all out on Tech. No healing immunity yet available, unfortunately. Let's do mass assist, another armor shred. Almost got him down. There we go, give me a few more damage over times, and there we go, he took a turn, died from damage over times. And once you take down Tech, once you take down Echo, this becomes a lot easier. Like, they actually, Tech, especially his AoE, does a lot of damage, so he's really their main damage dealer, and obviously Echo with Daze and healing immunity. So after you get those two down, you know, it doesn't matter so much anymore what you do here. You also got a lot of stacks of clan loyalty at this point, so you shouldn't be able to worry too much about it. It's just a case of, obviously, again, landing that healing immunity with Django, so you can finally finish off them, everybody. Once just down to Hunter, I just kind of hit autoplay and let this AI finish off the battle. And this now I completed Mandalorians 1. Now Mandalorians, you maybe could get an undersize feed, but then you wouldn't get the full Mandalorian feed done. I don't think they've got stuns as well, so you won't be able to get stuns also, so really 2 teams for the remaining feeds. Obviously if you do have Maul, things are a lot easier, but still I think having both first is helpful, because you can go ahead, dispel. Then I will do an AoE targeting Echo, so we get tenacity down from Candace on him. Perfect. And I'm just gonna do basic on Tech, also get tenacity down on him. And then Django goes next. We land healing immunity on Echo. And then first we are going to go ahead and increase cooldowns on Tech, so it's a 2 turn down increase. So for 2 turns Tech will only be able to use his basic. And now because we got healing immunity on Echo, we can go ahead and wreck him very quickly before he gets to do much. Down he goes. I've got an extra stack of Anguish. I'll just save it. I'll do an AoE so I can get to 5 stacks of Anguish very quickly again. There we go, just basic there with Best Commando. We'll just keep going. Now we're just waiting for Tech to come out of stealth so we can gun him down. Alright, there we go. They're doing a few things, but you can see with Tech not being able to cleanse the debuffs, he can just keep using his basic. With that 2 turn cooldown increase, now we can increase cooldowns again for another 2 turns. So basically that's what I'm doing. I'm constantly keeping 5 stacks of Anguish on Maul, so I can keep increasing, keep wrecking cooldowns on Tech until I can finish him off, you know, landing healing immunity on him again with Django, so we can go ahead and finish him. There we go, another cooldown increase. There we go, I'm gonna do another AoE again, keeping those 5 stacks of anguish for when we get healing immunity on tech. So hopefully Django will come here in a moment. There we go, let's go ahead, boom, healing immunity on tech, and now we can just go ahead and wreck him with those 5 stacks of anguish that we do have on Maul. And because of that healing immunity, he won't be able to obviously heal up from the righteous retribution, so that's the Kashyyyk modifier. There we go. Again, once you get echo tech down, you can just heal autoplay. These guys, you know, don't really have a way to deal with Mandalorians, especially with so much stacks of clan loyalty on them. So there you go. Definitely, if you got Maul, very easy here, very straightforward. Now we have to deal with the other 2 feats, so that's the stun and undersize. So I'm gonna do the Jedi first, and then we'll do Palpatine. Obviously, you want your Luke to be very slow, so once he gets a turn with his leadership, then we'll be reducing speed to the enemies, which is nice. He's got mass stun, obviously that's where stuns will be coming from. Bringing in Yoda. Yoda is cool as well on his special. He as well can stun, so extra little bit of stuns. Same thing with Jedi Trevan with her direct focus, can stun as well, but most importantly increase cooldown so we can keep echo and tech under control. And then as the last one, if you do have Ayla and you do have some good critical chance on her, it's good because whenever she critically hits, she will stun target, which is nice. So that's all extra stuns from Alia as well, from all those assists from Revan and Heroes Arise. Okay, so first I will swap Terminator here with Yoda, so I can go ahead and use Heroes Arise with Yoda, because obviously Revan is Old Republic. He does not have this synergy with Heroes Arise ability from Luke. We get a turn to Luke, he now reduced the speed on everybody to match his base speed. Then we can go ahead, get a stun out, and we just get Yoda as many turns as possible so he can quickly get back to Heroes Arise. And also whenever we can keep calling Alia for an assist, so she can keep landing those stuns. Now even if it's resisted, remember the feat says you only need to attempt 30 stuns, so it doesn't matter if they get resisted or not. As mentioned before, here Echo and Tech, quite high tenacity, so landing stuns on them is a little bit challenging because Alia stuns can be resisted, unlike obviously the AoE stun from Luke that cannot be resisted. Other than that, after we take their Echo, we go after Tech, and same as the other battles, as soon as those 2 guys are down, things become obviously a lot easier. There's no more threat of them defeating you. Still trying to get a stun on Tech, he's also resisting a lot. There we go, got a stun on him. And whenever I can, with Jedi Wheel, I call Alia to assist. There we go, let's spread some buffs. Almost got Tech out, and at this point again, you can just quickly you can hit autoplay probably at this point, but I was just kind of manually playing, spreading the damage, try to keep all 3 alive as much as possible. So then obviously when I do get mass stun from Luke, I have more targets to stun, because without feat tracker, not sure have I done the stun feat or not. But probably with Alia's basics there a lot, you know, you got those 30 stuns quite easily. There we go, got the stun and the undersize as well. Similar team, this is probably even easier to do. You can just do it auto. So you got Pulp Mara combo, and then as well Dooku, he's got stuns on his basic and special, and then bringing in Sid for his basic healing immunity. So just initially set this up, tenacity, shock, you get stun on everybody, target echo, and then you hit autoplay. And then as soon as obviously they're Sidious with his basic lands healing immunity, you'll be able to start taking these guys down, because shock will not prevent a protection recovery they're getting from Righteous Retribution global modifier whenever we land debuffs on them, and we are landing lots of debuffs. So there you go, very easy, very quickly done here on autoplay with these guys. No issues whatsoever, enemy can't do anything, they're just constantly shocked and stunned. And there you go guys, that's all the battles I wanted to show you today for today's challenge, how I easily got max rewards yet again. I guess the real challenge today is getting those Mandalorians feats done. If your Mandalorians obviously are too low gear, you don't have to stress about it, just go on tier 6, knock that out, get your gold crate and get on with your week. Thank you for watching guys, I'll see you in the next one, but until then have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you my friends.